So missing values, they are the missed values or unknown values that are present in the dataset that we are working on. In today's time, it is the most common problem or challenge for any data analyst. Now, what should we do with this missing value? Should we ignore it or treat it? We should not ignore these missing values, as removing them is the most important part of data processing. Statistically, if the data of missing values is less than 10%, we can probably drop those values and use the data. But if it is more than 10%, now why is it important to remove these missing values? Because missing values affects the conclusion or analysis that we are doing with that data set. It will not give you accurate results. Also, there will be a biasness of the data of missing values. Also, there will be a biasness in the data set if there is a lot of missing values. So we should always remove the missing values available in the data set. How do we represent missing values in R? It is represented by NA or NaN symbol. Now, what are the reasons for missing values? There can be a lot of reasons that you can have missing values in the data set. Some of them can be your data it not get reasons for missing values in reasons for missing values in the data set. There can be a lot of reasons why the data. There can be a lot of reasons your data set have a lot of missing values. Some of them can be you were not able to collect data from customers or participants in a survey. Now, why can that be happening is like you created a form or you created a survey. What might have happened is the participant, you might not made all the fields mandatory to be filled and participants just skip that part. So that values becomes missing values. Or there can be a reason that your question that you asked in the survey, it is not understandable by the participants. There can be one reason that the question is not legitimate. It might give another meaning of that question. So these are the reasons that you might get missing values in the data set. Apart from that, there can be a reason that you had that data, but due to some reason, you lost that data. Now, why should we eliminate these missing values? Missing values should be eliminated because if there are a lot of missing values, there will be biasness, and also you will not be able to perform any statistical functions on that data set, and it will affect your modeling techniques and its accuracy. Now, how to deal with missing values when you have a very large data set? So you should identify missing values first. So missing values can be in the form of NE, it can be in the form of NaN, or sometimes what happens, there can be garbage values. Now, what are garbage values? For example, you have created a field for age, and a participant, it can fill the age as 999. Though it is a number, it is acceptable, but it cannot be an appropriate age. So that becomes a garbage value. So you should always check for garbage value. It can be like 999, it can be 99. All these represents missing values. Now, once you know how many missing values you have in the data set, you should examine the cause of that missing values. So as we have earlier stated some reasons, there can be those reasons or any reason due to which you get those missing values. So you should always examine that. Then we should either drop or delete those missing values or replace it with reasonable data values. So we will learn in this session how to replace or drop these missing values from the data set. Now, how to identify missing values? There can be a lot of functions that can be used to identify missing values. Some of them are, so when you have a data set, generally you will get in R it as NA. So to count the numbers, identifying those missing values, you can use is.na. In the bracket, it can be a vector, it can be a data frame, or it can be a matrix. Now, there is also null values. So null values, we can identify these null values using is.null. Within the brackets, there will be the object or the data frame that you are using. Then there is infinite numbers. Now, what are infinite numbers? Like probably the numbers that are not divisible. Now, there can be infinite numbers. Now, there can be infinite numbers. Now, what are infinite numbers? That you don't have real values to calculate with. In most real life data sets in R, some calculations of infinite, such as dividing by 0, cannot be carried out. So, we need to find out these infinite values using is.infinite. Now, the next one is complete dot cases. So, complete dot cases gives you or identifies all those data rows in complete dot cases. This function helps you to identify all the rows in the data set. It can be matrix or data frame that are complete, where there is no missing values. Now, let's handle missing values. Now, how to handle missing values? There are some functions that we can use to drop the value or find out how many missing values are there in the data set. So first is is.na. Is.na, it extracts function.